So I get off the 45-minute flight to Boise, Idaho. You know, I'm jet lagged completely. Just kidding. 45-minute flight, enough time to eat my peanuts. Touchdown. The first thing you do when you get in as a missionary is you meet your mission president, but then you also get what's called your trainer, your mission trainer. And I had the opportunity to serve with Elder Rick Sims, and he is the man and was one of my favorite missionary companions. Tall guy, skinny. He turned sideways, stick his tongue out. He looked like a zipper. But just a funny guy. He had an accent. He was from the South, was from Marianna, Florida. And he told me, he said, one of the things we do in this mission is we tracked. And I'll never forget, we were on day 2 of 2 years. I was out tracking, and we came to this trailer park area, and it was hot. It was in the summertime. We're tired. It's exhausting. And it's hot. We're in our suits and our ties, and it was just a miserable experience. And we're knocking on all these doors. And we come to the last trailer that's in the complex. It's a big double wide. It's got a long hallway, screen door. The hallway turns off to the left. We knock on this door, and I will never forget. I'm a person that believes that a single moment in time can change a person's life. I will never forget this single moment in time that did change my life, because down this long hallway turned this man that was just huge, like behemoth of a man, like had no shirt on, was in his boxers, had crazy hair, and he was laughing as he was walking to the door. And I remember looking over at my companion and thinking to myself, this is it. Like, I am not going to be alive in the morning to eat my Cocoa Puffs. This crazy person is going to end our lives. And he opened the door, and the first thing Elder Sims says is like, hey, we're the missionaries. We have this message we want to share with you guys. And he paused, and he stopped us, and he said, listen, I don't want to hear anything that you have to say. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in angels. I don't believe in faith. I believe in things that you can see. I believe in science. I believe that a little thing crawled out of the mud and over millions and billions of years turned into us. And he said, once you're dead, you're dead. Nothing happens. You're gum in a box. I don't know what that means, but he said, you're gum in a box. I was like, okay, you're crazy. And he said, my name's Will. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. I know what you Mormon boys do, and I don't want to waste your time. And I was like, okay, well, sounds good. And Elder Sims kept trying. He's like, listen, I'm not interested. So we left. That same day, we went back to the apartment. We were kind of discouraged. And Elder Sims was sitting there. He was moving. He was thinking. And all of a sudden, he's like, I have this idea. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I know how we can get into Will's house. And I said, hold up. Like, what are you talking? Like, breaking and entering? He's like, no. He will let us in if we do this idea. And I said, Elder Sims, it's not a good idea. Okay, this guy's huge. He could eat me twice. Like David and Goliath. Do you remember that? I don't have any rocks. Okay, I don't got a little sling. He's gonna kill us. And Elder Sims was like, no, man, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get inside his house. We can do this. And so he's a senior companion, right? I'm the junior companion. You got to listen to the senior companion. And I'm like, what's the idea? And he's like, you ready for this? It's genius. The idea is chocolate chip cookies. And I remember sitting there like, you're the craziest person I've ever met. And he's like, no, check this out. We'll go down to Walmart. We'll buy those little pre-baked things. We'll bring them back to the apartment. We'll throw them in the oven, 355 degrees, 15 minutes. Bam, cookies. And I was like writing my letter home to my parents, telling them how I was going to die, and that this was it, you know. And so we did. We went to Walmart that day. We bought the cookies. We brought them back. We baked them. We set them on a plate. We used our Relief Society skills and made them all pretty with napkins and stuff. And we went back that same day, and we knocked on his door with the plate of cookies. And I was nervous. I was shaking. I was sweating. I was like, this is the craziest thing I have ever done. And we knock on that door, and down that long hallway to the left appears Will, the atheist. And this time he's not laughing. Still got the crazy hair, no shirt on. He's in his boxers, walking up to the door. And I look at him, and he looks at me, and I look at Elder Sims. And Elder Sims thought it would be so funny to hide the plate of cookies behind his back. And And I was like, this is crazy. This is so stupid. And we're sitting there, and Will is so furious. He looks at us, he's like, I told you not to come back. Like, listen, this is my day off. Like, I tried to be nice. I don't believe in God. Why would you come and knock on my door again? And Elder Sims is just sitting there laughing, and he's got the plate of cookies behind his back. And I'm sweating, like just, saying to myself, I didn't think it would end this way. I can't believe this is happening. And at the right time, Elder Sims, he takes the cookies from behind his back, and he says, we made these for you. And Will pauses, looks at the cookies, looks it back at me. I go cross-eyed. He looks at Elder Sims. Elder Sims smiles. Will drops his head, opens the door to his house, and says, do you want some milk? Elder Sim grabbed those plate of cookies and he goes, yeah, we do. And he walked right in to Will's house. It worked. And we sat in there for 2 hours, and we drank 3 cold glasses of milk and ate a plate of chocolate chip cookies with Will the Atheist in Eagle, Idaho. And I will never forget that was the first time I really learned about the power of love and charity on my mission. It was actually Mother Teresa that said in life you can't always do great things, but you can always do great things or small things with great love. And it was a small and simple thing, just like in Alma 37, small and simple things, through small and simple things, great things come to pass. And that plate of cookies was a small and simple thing that represented love and charity and goodness. And it's amazing what happened. I served in that area in Eagle, my first area, for 5.5 months. And at the end of those 5.5 months, Will the Atheist had read the Book of Mormon through cover to cover, had met with the missionaries multiple times, and still to this day is one of my great friends. And the power of charity and how you learn to love people. And it's not always sometimes about the baptisms, and it's not always sometimes about the numbers as a missionary, as much as it is about people and loving them and caring for them and making sure that they see the Lord and His love through you and through your actions as a missionary. And I'll never forget that experience with Will the Atheist.